While State House was buzzing with the energy of over 12,000 aspirants ready to storm the 2027 election battlefield, one voice cut across the celebratory atmosphere with a sombering dose of political arithmetics. Saboti Member of Parliament Caleb Amisi emerged from the United Democratic Alliance aspirants engagement on Wednesday, February 4th, 2026, not with a praise for the party's growing numbers, but with a stark warning for President William Ruto. What the administration is celebrating as grassroots strength, Amisi argues could very well be a political trap that threatens to unravel the party's electoral prospect in the coming general elections. Amisi's assertion was blunt and apologetic. He cautioned that the unwavering number of party members registering for various elective positions represents not only a sign vitality but a looming crisis that could create a significant challenges for the ruling party. The lawmaker urged Kenyans to stop what he characterized as divisive or divising the president, suggesting that the situation has reached unsustainable levels. His appeal for the president to be given space to breathe and relax frame around the reminder that Ruto is merely human carries the undertone, genuinely concern mixed with political critiques. This framing positioned the issue not as an attack on President William Ruto himself, but as a warning about the unrealistic expectation and pressure being created by those around him. Saboti legislature then proceeded to dissent the numbers with surgical precision using Nairobi County as his primary case study. He highlighted that 112 aspirants have registered to contest members of parliament position across the capital. Breaking down the mathematics, Amisi noted that Nairobi has 17 constituencies, which means that on average each constituency is dealing with approximately 7 aspirants flying the UDA flag. This statistical breakdown serves as the foundation of his central argument about the impending crisis facing the UDA party. Amisi then poses the critical question that lies at the heart of his warning after the nomination process concludes. Only one aspirant per constituency will carry the UDA flag into the general election. This means that in each Nairobi constituency, 6 aspirants will lose during the nomination. Multiply those 6 disappointed candidates by the 17 constituencies, yielding 102 individuals who will have invested their hopes, resources, and political capital into the UDA nomination process only to come away empty handed. The legislature challenged the notion that all these unsuccessful aspirants would simply wait to be appointed in the next government, dismissing this expectation as fundamentally unrealistic. The lawmakers' interrogation became more pointed as they questioned the logistic of such appointments. He also asked where these aspirants would be appointed, by whom, and for what reason, characterizing the entire expectation as a massive deception. This line of argument exposed a crucial vulnerability in the ruling party's strategy. The enthusiasm generated by having thousands of aspirants can quickly transform into political liability when the vast majority of them are eliminated during the nomination. This disappointment, aspirants could become critics, defectors, or even opponents in the general election, potentially fragmenting the party's voter or strengthening opposition candidates. Amisi then shifted his focus to the broader political landscape of Nairobi, making an argument rooted in what he described as a universal democratic principles. He contended that capital cities across all democracies, include Nairobi, are inherently anti-government. The legislature pegged Nairobi anti-government sentiments at 18%, suggesting that the ruling party commands only about 20% support in the capital. He further noted that this support could potentially increase to 30% if the Orange Democratic Movement joins the government coalition. But even this scenario would leave UDA as the minority force in the city. This demographic and political analysis lead Amisi to a devastating conclusion about the electoral prospect of UDA candidates in Nairobi. Using Embakasi's constituency as a specific example, he calculated that the official UDA nominees in that area would have virtually zero chance of winning on UDA tickets. The legislature extended this analysis beyond Embakasi East, mentioning other constituencies like Kibra, Kasarani, and Westland as similar hostile terrains for UDA candidates. His rhetorical questions about which resources candidates would risk their hard-earned money on such improbable odds was designed to highlight the financial and political foolishness of pursuing a UDA nomination in these areas. The member of parliament concluded his assessment with a striking claim about the immediate aftermath of the State House meeting. He suggested that only 10% of those who attended the aspirants' engagement would actually contest the 2027 general election on UDA tickets. According to Amisi, the remaining 90% had already begun the process of deregistering even as they left State House that morning. This assumption, whether literal or hyperbolic, painted a picture of mass disillusionment setting in almost immediately after the grand show of unity and strength. His final instruction of observers to thank him later carried the confidence of someone who believes his mathematical and political analysis will be vindicated by events as they unfolded in the months leading to the general election.